So this is a story I've written for the Southern Review that's a profile of Rashad. And all you need to know for this section of the story is that Rashad started a band called Crooked Still, which is Crooked Still, yeah. If you don't know about it, you should. They're a great bluegrass band. Anyway.
Good? Almost. Check, check.
I first heard the sound 5 years ago. New York's bluegrass scene had undergone a sudden upheaval thanks to the arrival of Chris Thiele, a former child prodigy, who's generally known and regarded as the world's most technically accomplished mandolinist. Thiele had moved to town following a divorce. He soon began bringing his Nashville friends to the city's regular jams at dim bars like the Baggett Inn and the Parkside Lounge. Before long, the bars filled with waifish, well-heeled college girls, an exotic and invasive demographic in the bluegrass universe. On this Monday, I was at the Parkside attending a jam hosted by a young guitarist named Michael Daves. At midnight, as I packed my fiddle to leave, Thiele, the guitarist Chris Eldridge, and the banjo player Noam McKilney walked in, three of bluegrass deftest players in House and Street's dingiest bar. I ordered another beer. Thiele, Eldridge, Daves, and McKilney formed a tight circle and passed around fiddle tunes at speeds untenable for amateurs as if burning notes to keep warm. I sat on the outskirts of the jam, playing backup, ignoring the buzzing phone in my pocket. A small man walked in, Eggleston. Since he moved with an affected ape-like gait, and since his hair shone green in the bar's neon, and mostly since he carried a cello, an instrument about as welcome as the hand drum among the bluegrass tribe, I didn't expect him to receive much of a welcome. But the inner circle made space, and the new guy pulled out his unwieldy instrument. A low sound shook the room. Heads began to bob involuntarily. He used the lower section of the bow, just above the frog, to drive downward on the strings in frenetic rhythmic patterns, mimicking complex drum beats and playing bass lines at once. He ripped through solos and tunes, using intervals that, as far as I knew, should not have been possible on the cello. Given the space between notes on the neck, the instrument sounded alternately like a deep fiddle and a singing drum. Music, like any artistic endeavor that measures success by recognition, is deeply competitive. Bluegrass happens to be a particularly naked game of one-upsmanship due to its form. Players pass around solos that are short, fast, and occasionally brutish. One or two musicians usually stand out, and Eggleston demolished this jam. To my ears, there might have been no one else playing. I left bewildered at 4 in the morning and went to my girlfriend, who was sending the police after me. The wider bluegrass audience's reaction was similar. Part of it was his verve. You'd see him jumping around stage in an elf costume at a festival where the standard outfit was a polyester shirt coming untucked from ill-fitting jeans. But mostly it was the new sound. People were stunned and awed, says Greg List, Crooked Still's banjo player. If he had shown up naked, the crowd would have been like, look at that guy's cello style. The trouble was, he often did show up naked. Everyone who meets him has a Rashad story, many of which are related to his spontaneous outbursts and taste for disrobing on stage. Sorry. His former colleagues with Crooked Still have perhaps more of these stories than they care for. During an encore at the Shrewsbury Folk Festival in England, he played a mournful rendition of Hank Williams' I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry in a Speedo, after shedding the pink bloomer shorts he wore for the closer, A Murder Ballad. In 2006, at North Carolina's Merlefest, a traditional bluegrass affair where anatomical references are generally limited to blooming cheeks and broken hearts, Rashad yelled the word vagina on stage. Crooked still hasn't been invited back. While playing at the Albuquerque Zoo, he jumped into a fish pond. The extreme behavior escalated and things with the band went south, partly due to a faltering romance between Eggleston and the band's singer, and partly due to Eggleston's deepening immersion in his fantastical world, which he calls the Land of Sneak. In the fall of 2007, he left the band to form a rock group called Tornado Rider with a friend from his hometown of Carmel, California. Recently, he's been working on playing the cello while hanging from rafters by his knees. A cold fall night at a narrow club in San Francisco's Castro district. Red neon glares off brick walls. The place is full, mostly with girls. They mill about near the stage and gyrate slowly to the house music, waiting. A red-bearded drummer in a Viking helmet whacks a plain beat. A bassist in a black cap and black cape and raccoon cap thumps chords. A side door opens. The cellist stalks to the stage. His instrument hangs by a strap on his back. He wears black spandex decorated with neon lightning bolts, pants Eddie Van Halen would have killed for in '87. He wears no shirt, he's built like a dancer. A microphone protrudes from his hat and wraps around his jaw. He's playing his show cello, which he bought in Romania and later busted, practicing his moves at night, jumping off ledges, bouncing off walls in the Oakland streets. It's covered in pink decals. A girl's sock sits on the instrument's scroll like a cat. At its narrow waist, the cello is thicker than its owner. He whacks his bow to the strings. The girls scream, and it begins.
When I'm walking alone in the night, I see the green coyote in the distance, strolling in the desert long beneath the crescent moon. In the boomerang action in the noonday, and climb the hill down and wonder, thunder in the lightning falls into a barren song. Maybe someone told me in the forest last Wednesday night, I don't know. I visit all the time, but then again I try not to be seen in the grain. I'm a mountain jumper when I ride the night. I'm a mountain jumper when I ride the night.
Woo! It's a song he wrote during the early days of Crooked Still, and one of the clearer lyrics, shaken by a low sound, gave the band the fitting title to its second album. Tonight the melody is lost in the noise of the drums and the girls and the distortion. Tonight it sounds like a Lewis Carroll poem interpreted by the Ramones. He jitterbugs his head, alternately offering Cheshire smiles and grimacing. The song ends, the girls scream. He's the sixth grader with the straw up his nose and probably breaking hearts in the playground. You guys look really furry and friendly, he screams. We'll bring you something you've never heard about bison. The Viking drummer and Kate bassist stay to the back. They don't attempt anything that might obstruct. Their jobs are to amplify the id. Because more and more children are discovering his music, and because his every exploit is frozen on real time on his Facebook fan page, The Church of Rushad Eggleston, he will soon try to quit cursing, but not tonight. You are the worthiest motherfuckers from here to Nebraska. He plants his foot on the stage wall, mid-solo, and launches into the crowd. He lands on his back without losing his instrument or the beat. The girls paw his spandex. The pan hat hangs tough. 2 days ago, he turned 30 years old. He screams, if there's one thing I've learned about being 30, it's that I am a goat god.
I am the goat god, 9 feet high, sitting on the fence with the goat god pie. Sometimes I have to kick you with my hoof now. Other times I have to touch you on the roof. 'Cause I'm the goat god. I am the goat god. I'm the goat god. I'm the goat god. Not from Minnesota.
stoops to the cello and gives it a kiss. Thanks.
It wouldn't be complete if you didn't hear Abe play a little fiddle, right? If you didn't hear us jam. It's called June Apple.